right, we've got some Orona elevators here. This one's massive, and this one's regular sized, and then there are two more regular sized ones over in that side. But I want to ride the big one because this one looks fun. So let's call it down. Oh, and it's actually on a separate controller. I guess it's the service car. We'll call them both just to see what they look like. As it's coming down, we'll get a look around the lobby here. It's a pretty fancy looking tower. The mailboxes are arranged in an interesting way. They're not all together, but I kind of like the look of that. Here's this one. Oh, and it's got a double panel again. Wacky. Let's see what this one looks like before I let this other one close, just so we can see what the passenger cab looks like. It's probably identical, just smaller. What? Did it cancel the call? Oh, it did. I guess it's on its own controller. Or I guess it's not on its own controller. Interesting. All right, up to 20. So we got floors 9 through 20 on this side, and floors the -4 through 8 on this side. This runs okay. Not great, okay. No chime. I don't even think these Oronas have chimes on the outside. All right, down to 0. There is a 0 button on both floors, or on both big panels. That's so funny. It's interesting how they do that for literally only a 20-floor elevator. Normally you see the split COPs on elevators in the States where they're like really tall, like 60, 70, 80 floors. Big cab, big cab. Well, not crazy big, but only 1,200 kilograms for a cab of this size? Huh. I feel like it could be more than that. I feel like this could be at least 2,000 kilograms. You know what? I bet this thing's an MRL and that's why the capacity is a bit low. I feel like Oronas are always way too underwhelming for the purpose they serve. But anyway, that's it.